We're going to talk about water usage in your salon, why it's important to understand the water crisis that is emerging and what you can do in your salon to be prepared.
So what is it that salons can actually do to reduce their water usage?
First and foremost, education. We have links below to documentaries and training sessions. You need to raise awareness with your team that you're actually in a water crisis.
Right, because I don't think a lot of people know that there's an actual water crisis going on in the world.
No. And there's examples in major cities all over the world. So for example, Mexico City, they are essentially going to lose half of their water supply in about 30 to 50 years because they're draining the aquifer, so the water beneath the ground. They're using that as part of their day-to-day water usage, and that water should really be a reserve. They also have an issue of, just a simple issue of leaky pipes. 42% of the water is lost in Mexico City because of leaky pipes.
Okay.
And this is a city that has more rainfall than London. So it's not like they're in a drought. There's 22 million people in the city, and it's a serious problem. And there was a similar thing in Cape Town. In Cape Town, the government in 2018 declared that in 90 days time, it will be day zero and there will be no water. So this meant that if you're at home and you turn on the shower, nothing would come out. You would literally be on rations. You would have to take containers to government locations and they would give you your daily allowance. So they had to dramatically change their lifestyles, how they used water, and they had to respect water like a commodity. And as a result of the changes they made and some extra rainfall that they got, they were able to turn that situation around.
So beyond education, what else can salons do?
The next step I would say would be do an audit. So sometimes you can do this through your utility provider. So they can actually visit your business, they can assess your water usage, they can check your meter readings, and they can see how much water that you are using and if there are any leaks that you're unaware of in your business.
Yeah, they should be able to show you pinpoints, maybe things that you couldn't see, and help you see where you could have the most impact.
That's right.
So you've got your water audit. What's next?
The next is to use the results of the audit to develop a plan. So look at what they've identified, look at what you can change. And that could be simple things like your appliances or your taps in your basin. It could be your toilets. Look at all of these different aspects and set a plan to make those changes.
So it's not just what you use, it's also how you use it.
That's exactly right. So for example, if you're making a single cup of tea, you don't need to fill the kettle to the top because energy and water will run hand in hand. You don't need to boil several liters of water for one drink. And the same with the basins. It's not worth changing your shower heads if you're then going to leave the water running when you don't need to. So obviously the behaviours have to change as well as the appliances.
Right.
Additionally, if you're able to, harvest your rainwater. If you have a small garden or a patio area or plants in your salon, if you're able to take the rainwater and use that to water your plants or your garden, then that's something we'd recommend. Even something like if you know that you're going to water your plants today and you've got clients that haven't finished their glass of water, then that's the water you use to water your plants.
Right. So it's about being water wise. So when a salon starts to think, okay, what can I do? You've said first it starts with education, educating yourself, educating your team, then doing an audit so you really know where you stand, and then from that you can make a plan. And then look at using that plan to decide on what sort of fixtures and fittings that you need to change out to make sure that it's efficient and there's no leaks. And then there are just small things here and there that you can do, and just really being aware of it and trying to apply that in your daily operations.
And it could be simple things like encouraging your guests to fill up their water bottles, their reusable water bottles before they leave. And obviously not serving plastic water bottles in your salon at all. If you are a salon that wants to serve sparkling water, you can get systems to turn tap water into sparkling water. So those types of things are very easy for salons to do. Another way to protect your your pipes and your infrastructure of your water is to filter your water. If you're in an area where the water has lots of limescale or chalky, it can be beneficial for your appliances to have filtered water in those cases. And also, make sure that all of these positive things you're doing, make sure that your guests in your community know about these things. Use it as publicity to promote that you care about the environment, you care about the impact your business has. So we'd always encourage you to engage your community and let them know what you're doing. Being a more water conscious salon is going to have a huge impact on the environment. Also, financially. These savings are not just water savings, they will ultimately be financial savings too. Learn more about everything we've said in this video by watching the videos below.